the day before it really got really exposed. If you ever listen to a video on the news, you always hear the cop holler, stop resisting, but you might not be moving.
Yeah.
Because that's their way of justifying what they do to you. So if you sit on the ground and if you move very slightly or you don't move at all, the first word they're going to yell, it's been many videos way before all this, way back in the day when they showed something on the news about a cop getting into it with a guy in a store. All you hear that cop hollering is, stop resisting, stop resisting. And if you're looking at the video, he's not moving at all. But what he's hollering, stop resisting. Why he's yelling that? Because when they go and ask these other people that's standing around, when they go to interview them, what did they hear? They're going to say the cop said stop resisting. So that's all they heard, and they're going to say he was resisting. And people not realize, they're not understanding that cops do that to protect themselves, to keep themselves from getting in trouble for doing something wrong. Because it's easy to say stop resisting when he ain't resisting, and to justify what I'm doing to you. If I'm a cop for what I'm doing to you, if I yell stop resisting, everybody that's around me, the audience, the people that's watching with cameras, people that's looking on, when they come and question those people about what did they hear, they're going to say the cop kept saying stop resisting, even if these people didn't see the incident themselves, but all they heard was him hollering stop resisting. So what people got to understand is you can teach your kids all day to not resist the police, to put your hands up, but all it takes for you to make one slight move from him to pull his pistol, because you might be getting ready to throw your hands up, you might have your phone in your hand. You know, most kids have their phones in their hands.
Yeah, and they get shot behind that.
Behind a phone. So they're already terrified once they get pulled over. When them lights hit, the first thing, just be in a car with a child when them lights hit, and they're going to panic. So when that cop get to ask questions after they seeing all this stuff on TV, the only thing they know to do is get home to their folks because they scared. They don't know what to do, and they're out here driving by themselves. Now, the ones that are doing dirt, that are wrong, out here driving drunk or with drugs, now they're going to panic too. But the kids that are honest and ain't doing nothing, they're going to panic because they're seeing it on TV. Raise their hand. They need to make sure they ain't got no phones in their hands. Still,
that's right.
And don't do nothing because that flash of that phone from a light or anything gonna get you killed. And don't panic. But most kids now you can tell them all day don't panic. Let them blue lights hit. They're gonna panic. So it's hard to break them from seeing something they see on TV every day. When they show these cops killing these guys, the first thing the kids seeing it on the news or seeing it on Facebook or seeing it on social media that these kids are blacks and got killed by cops. First thing they do, their instinct is, I need to get home to my mama. What's the first thing when people do? They get scared. Especially the kids. I want my mama. I want my dad. Because they nervous. So they thinking, I'm finna die. So it's going to be hard to make them sit still while a cop has got his blue lights on him and flashing his lights at him, telling him to get out the car. And he's like, what I do wrong? Just get out the car. And the white officers, they're going to talk to you rough. I don't care what you do. They're going to talk crazy to you.
Yeah, they're going to do it.
So,
they're going to do it.
So
Well, I'm going to just say this, which came from a wise person. For those that are listening, you cannot win your case on the side of the street. You can't win it.
Right.
You know, you got some like you say, trying to raise. You got some kids that they gonna do what they do, but grown people. Let's talk about the grown people. Okay, you cannot win your case on the side of the road. You can't. You can't. You got to think about your wife. You got to think about your kids. You got to think about the people that love you. And you got to make sure you tell them, hey, I'll take that ride to the police station. You know, hey, my hands are behind my back. I just want to get to the police station. You know? So, like I say, it's sad we have to say that. But, look, you can't be taught. Look, I'm just saying.
But you know, it said land of the free. Are we really free?
Nope.
Nope.
And you know who else not free? And they finding it out now. Hispanics aren't free. Asians aren't free. Indian people that's over here, you not free. Look, some folks think, some racists think because they done bought up whole blocks in a whole part of a city that they free.
Baby,
you're not free.
You ain't
not
free.
Not in the United States until they honor. So they honor their word. Because let me tell you something. The United States can go over and fight everybody else's battle and try to make them act right, but they cannot deal with what's going on right here in these United States. All I'm saying.
Nope. But see, the thing is, until Whoopi Goldberg told what's in The Color Purple, until you do right by me, until they do right by us, first and foremost, before us were the Native American, and till they do right by them, and then do right by us.
Come on. Because first of all, we have to be over here.
Thank you. And the Indians befriended them when they came. They extended, they helped them. Some of those people, they would have died if it hadn't been for the Native Americans over here. They would have died.
But while the Native Americans were saving their lives, they were stealing their stuff.
That's it. That's why we call them colonizers.
Oh my God!
And then here you come, ripping us from our motherland and bringing us over here, to build someone else's land up. It's just a very sad. It's very sad.
It is. It's very, very sad.
It's when you just sit down and you think of it, and it's more extensive than what we're talking about. Some of our own people were to blame for us being in slavery, and being brought over here. Okay, we can't overlook that. But you know what? I don't care who you are, what race you are. There are just some people that are, hey, they don't care. They don't care if it's their race or someone else's race. They're out for themselves.
Yes, they are.
But overall, the things that were, that were done to us once we got here, I just think it's so deeply embedded in us. Will we ever recover? Will we ever recover?
Well, it's kind of like the Bible says. It says, God is not to them who are of a contrite heart and spirit, right? Contrite means you got to know that you need, or you got to know that you're wrong, right? And you also got to know that you need to change. In this society, people are willing to admit that they're wrong, right? But they ain't willing to change. See, both of those got to happen. Both of them. You got to first know that you're wrong. Then you got to say, you know what? I know I'm wrong, and I know I need to change. Until you get till you get people understanding that concept. Because see, some people march with you. Because what did they do with the Indians? Some people will march with you, but at the same time, they don't want you at their dinner table. They don't want you married.
No, they don't.
They don't. So hey, the problem is going to be there. As long as there is evil being taught, as long as it's being taught, guess what? It's going to be there. It's going to be there. All right, Trainer Ray, what you want to say in your closing today?
Well, in my closing, I want to say, I want for all the blacks or people that's listening, I'm gonna quote this thing real quick that people should listen to, and mainly blacks. It says, "We believe that the future is what we make it. That we have a responsibility for the quality of our lives. If we are to become successful, we must unite on a basis of a common truth, organize within a progressive social order, and become inspired by a common set of ideas. And the time to begin is now." So us as blacks, we need to start coming together and like it says in the beginning, we believe that the future is what we make it. So we got to make it our future. We got to make the best of it. Regardless of what's going on in the world, what's going on in situations, we got to learn to make the best of it. But at the same time, we got to protect each other and take care of each other and not cut each other down as we always been doing. And
that's true.
And in closing, I know we're about to end the show. I just want to, let everybody know thanks for coming out and joining us tonight. Everybody that's listening, I enjoyed being here. I enjoyed being on the show with everybody, and everybody needs to come together and let your friends listen to the show. If you listen to the podcast, introduce your friends to the show so everybody can hear 219 to talk. Let them know that we're here to discuss the common ideas or the common events of the day.
All right, Ernest.
Yes, I would like to piggyback off of what he said. The thing is, you have to talk about it. We can no longer stand in the shadows. We have to teach our young people, and we just have to be active because as you said, it didn't get better, it got worse. So we have to start at home. Many people don't believe it, but I say put prayer on everything. It may not change the situation, but it'll help you deal with the situation better.
And give you hope. I know that's right.
Pray about
everything. I know that's right. Listen, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to 219 The Talk. Hey, do Black Lives Matter to Black Lives, all right? We love you.
Yes.
We'll talk to you next Thursday at 8
Put it on a
t-shirt. I'm going to. At 8 p.m. Central Time, all right? Call into a live show next week at 347-826-9424. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
219. 219 to talk. 219 to talk. 219 to talk. 219 to talk. Let's go. 219. Yeah, 219. Yeah, 219 to talk. 219 to talk. Yeah, you running your mouth. Yeah, you